let's start right here. When I got the truck, this one was off, and there was a mud dauber living in there. It filled it all up with mud, and you can see the tip is rusty. It's got a rusty tip on that one. Oh, got it. It's a little crispy. Oh yeah, a little crispy, guys. It's been in there for a while. Probably just get a whole new set of plugs for them. What do we got here? Auto light. Auto light. 45. Not sure how old that is, but it looks like it's burning pretty good. What do you guys think? There's some crud around the threads and everything, but the arc itself looks all right. What do you guys think about that? All right. Definitely some crud around the edge there. I can't really see down in the hole, but there's some crud around the edge. Something was leaking. That's why we have all this crud everywhere. And it just built up around the outside of that spark plug and all over here. I mean, there's obviously a leak coming from somewhere, and it just flies up in here. All right, let's clean this one up on the wire wheel a little bit. I'm gonna get new ones probably. And do a tune-up on it, but for now I'm gonna put this back in. I just want to knock some of this junk off of it real quick. All right, that looks pretty good. It cleaned up nice. I don't know if the gap is correct. All right, I looked on the internet real quick. It looks like 35 is the standard for this type of spark plug, so we'll go with 35. It feels like it's tighter than that, but it's close. It's pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty much there. All right, we're at 35 now. I'm just scraping some of this crud off the side here. Yeah, that worked pretty good right there. I just stuck this down in there and pulled out real quick, and it's getting it good. Oh yeah, I'll blow that out real quick. That should be good. Let's put a little, I don't have any anti-seize, so I just want to give it a little bit of, just a little lube here, help it slide back in. I need to go pick some stuff up, but this should be all right for now. All right, let's do it. There we go. There it goes. Oh yeah, it's going in a lot easier than it came out. It's liking that. It's going in there nice now. There we go. Snug it up. Those spark plugs are looking pretty good. I'm gonna leave the rest for now. Let's go ahead and get the battery out, the carburetor out of here, and get this thing ready for pressure washing. Let's do it. Battery out of here. Pull the carburetor. I got this real sweet air filter from Metalbrock, and it's been working good. I'll probably restore the original one at some point, but this is working great. yeah. That's that rebuilt carburetor. It's looking good. All right, let's get the carburetor off. This should be pretty easy. We got a 1/2 inch here. We're probably gonna get a little bit of fuel out of there. Let me grab a rag. There we go. Not bad at all. Okay. All right, let's get this carburetor spring off. It attaches down here, and it's right here. See that linkage right there? That's the throttle linkage. And it's got a little clip on it. There we go. I'll put that in a safe place. Hey guys, check out this cool e-bike from Wyndham. It's awesome. All right guys, this is the Wyndham K2, 500 watt, 48 volts. It's got a big seat, enough room for a passenger, foot pegs for a passenger as well. It rides really good. It's got a shock right here for extra support. It's got the front shocks, disc brakes all the way around, foot pegs, fat tires, big long seat, headlight, brake lights. Here's your speed control, power button, horn, gear shifter. So if you want to use it like a regular bicycle, or you could do power assist, it works really good. It's a Shimano. The brakes feel really nice and solid. They're RSX brakes. Really good components on this one, guys. The battery, you can take the battery off with a key, take it inside, charge it if you want. Power button here, charging port here, Shimano gear shifter, 28 miles per hour. This is the Wyndham K2, 500 watt, 48 volt, 28 miles per hour, maximum load 330 pounds, class 3. Let's take it for a spin. "24, 26, 27, 28. Wind One K2 Fat Tire Urban Explorer. Guys, check out my discount code below in the description. Go to their website, look for their special deals and sales, and more detailed information on this awesome bike. All right, guys, get one today. Wind One. This bike is awesome. Okay, so you got this heater hose here that heats up the choke. Pull that out of there. Oh, it's tight too. There we go. So yeah, that hot water runs through here and it heats up the choke, I guess. Let's see, what else do we have? I think that's it. Let's get the 4 nuts off. 7/16. That's it. Okay, got the carburetor off, and I want to put some paper towels down in there and then cover this with like some duct tape so we don't get any water in there. And then we're also going to cover the fuel line, and everything else should be okay. We won't put too much pressure on the cap, but what I want to show you is just, you can just see how nasty and dirty everything is in here. There's a lot of crud down in here. See all this? More here. It's just everywhere, guys. So, you know, all of this stuff could potentially cause the engine to run a little hotter. And it just makes it nicer to work on when it's clean. Makes it nicer to look at too, so that's the goal. We'll try to knock as much down as we can. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll be better than it is. And we'll probably end up pulling the valve covers off at some point and just seeing how the valve train looks, and maybe put some Edelbrock covers on there, or restore these and see how those look. But yeah, you can see all the dirt. There's crud everywhere. And we'll clean the underneath here. We've got some nest up in here too, so we'll get that knocked out of there. It's been sitting in there rotting away. Oh yeah, look at all that. Yeah, somebody had a big old nest up in there. It goes all the way up here. I'll take it down to this hole. It should come out of that hole down there. We're gonna have to find a new hood or somehow try to fix this one. That way, if any water gets through the tape, it'll absorb it, hopefully. We'll do some blue tape and then we'll do some duct tape on top of that. All right, guys, I think we're ready. We'll probably spray a little degreaser in here, and then we'll break out the pressure washer, start pressure washing. All right, we got this Zep. This stuff works pretty good. This stuff's strong, so be careful. If you got really nice paint that you don't want to mess up, make sure you read the directions and dilute it. Let's do it. All right. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's starting to eat down. It's starting to break down some of this stuff. We'll let it sit for a few minutes, and then we'll hit it with the pressure washer. Pressure washer is going to knock a bunch of it off too. So, oh yeah, it's starting to break it down. Yeah, I used this stuff on the cab, on the inside of the cab when I was cleaning out the old gas that spilt all over the floor. And it worked pretty good. Ooh, not long enough. It's colder outside. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Looking better. Looking a lot better. All right, it's looking pretty good. Got a lot of that junk off of there. I'm gonna hit it another time with the degreaser. We'll go over it one more time with the degreaser. Let it soak a little bit more. Round 2. We might do 2 or 3 rounds. And just get as much as we can off of there. And then we'll blow everything off really good. Rinse it off, blow it off. Let it dry out. And then we're gonna be changing all the fluids anyway. Brake fluid, transmission fluid, oil, steering, all that. It's gonna get changed because we're gonna be changing hoses and we're gonna be working on the brakes. So all the fluids are gonna get changed before we run it again. So just in case any moisture got in there, I don't think anything will. Everything's covered pretty good. So, oh, our top layer blew off here. But it feels like it's working, so we should be all right. Yeah, you still got a bunch of grease down in here. Just layers of 50 years of collecting grease on this thing, so some areas are looking real good. Some of these hoses have been changed probably over the years. But there's definitely some cracks on some of these too, so they've all been changed. You can see all the different, these aren't the original clamps. He may have even had this engine rebuilt or swapped out at some point, who knows, because it runs really good. So, or it just has very low miles on it, which is possible too, but I don't know. I think he may have just taken really good care of it or had it rebuilt, because it is it sounds great, runs great. It's possible that he did. But yeah, you can see you know, this whole thing just had layers of crud on it. Just layers of crud. So we're gonna spray some more, let it soak. We'll pressure wash it again, rinse it off again, and then that'll probably be good for now. But while we're in here doing it, we might as well get as much as we can. But it's already looking a lot better. But this thing was covered in grease. It's pretty much clean now. Yeah, got that manifold cleaned up pretty good. There was crud all down in there, so it's looking a lot better. Went ahead and blew out a lot of the water, let it dry out a little bit, and now we're ready for another. Let's go ahead and put another coat of degreaser on everything. Let it soak for a few minutes. Let that soak for a few minutes. Definitely some crud coming off of there. Yeah, it's looking better already. Looks like this valve cover is dented on the top. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if maybe when they had the engine out, they dropped it or something, who knows. I'm assuming they had the engine out. I don't know if they did or not. Just assuming they had it rebuilt, but maybe they just took the valve cover off to do a valve job and dropped the valve cover on the ground and put a dent on it. But there's definitely a dent on that valve cover. Yeah, it's looking better, guys. You can see the original paint on the firewall. It's looking good. It's looking nice. Pretty cool. Still got the fan shroud here. Still got the sticker on the valve cover. And it did have that little bit of whatever that KO, whatever that is, that they paint on there at the factory. It was on there, but it's gone now. It was barely on there. That coil looks pretty old. But I'm assuming all these hoses have been replaced because these are all aftermarket. Pretty sure, all these clamps. Probably had it refreshed or rebuilt at some point. But yeah, that feels good. It feels good to get some of that dirt off of there. All right, it's been sitting for a little while. Let's go ahead and do the final pressure wash on it. Then we'll rinse everything down, blow it out, let it dry. We'll be good to go. Now you can see there's still some crud on there, but I think for now that'll be all right. we're gonna have to do some work on this hood anyway. It's pretty rough underneath. We're gonna have to get that cleaned up. But I might come back with some Dawn and a scrub brush, maybe an SOS pad, and clean that up. Right, I'm gonna hit the rest of this with the pressure washer. Keep going, let's keep going. You can see all the dirt splashing up on the wall back there. Messed up my good hat. Grease blew back all over it, so I guess this will be the work hat for now. Dang it. Oh well. Shoot. Wife's gonna be mad. All right, let's rinse this down. I just noticed the washer tank is in really good shape. Usually they're all cracked up. That one's in great shape. We'll see if we can get that to work again. It's pretty cool. All right, guys, I think that's good for now. It's a lot cleaner than it was. I'm gonna blow it off and let it dry for a little while, and then we'll get the carb back on there. All right, let's see how wet it got in here. It definitely got wet. But I think we'll be all right. All right, it's still pretty dry in there, so we should be fine. Just a little bit of dampness right on the edge there. Just soak it up real quick. Nothing really. Yeah, just some dirt. Leave it off for a little bit. We'll let it kind of air out. Let's check under the cap here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got some moisture in there. Let me dry that up real quick. Alright, we'll leave that open for a little while, let that dry out. Alright, we're getting there. Let's take a look at this brake reservoir. I haven't opened this since I got the truck, so let's see what it looks like. Well, there's brake fluid in there. It looks all right, but you can see, look at the rust. It's up under the cap here, and there's rust in there, so that's not good. We need to get a new master cylinder, flush all the lines, and we're gonna be working on the brakes next week. So we will get a new master cylinder. I think the brake booster's all right. Replace this, and we're gonna jack it up, take all the wheels off, check all the pads and the shoes, the cylinders, and all the hoses and everything. So we're gonna be doing some brake work. We'll get a new master cylinder. We'll go through all that stuff. Let's see if we got any fluid in here, any water. Yeah, it looks like a little water got in there. I think there was just water under the cap from it splashing back. Let me check here. That dipstick is pristine, as my brother would say. Pristine. It's pristine. Yeah, I think we just had a little water on the cap, splashing all around. Let's see what the fluid looks like. Oh yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Looking good. Yeah, I think water just sprayed up underneath that cap, and when I pulled it off, it splashed. Because that looks really good. I just blew it out with the air hose. Cut all the water off of that. Let's check the transmission filler tube. Let's see if we got any water down the transmission filler tube. Looks pretty good. Yeah, that one's dry. That one seals really good. There's not even any moisture under the cap, so. All right, guys, stay tuned to the next one. We'll see you on the next one. Later.